What's going on, everybody? KingofDragons 5000 here, coming at you with another figure review. Today we'll be having a look at the Mythic Legion's Eagalus, the American Eagle Warrior. And so here we do have Eagalus posing out of the packaging. Before we take a look at the figure, let's actually run through his accessories. Eagalus does come with his sword, which looks really nice. I do like the coloration with the gold and the reds. Then he does come with a shield, which is also done really nice with this really nice metallic blue gold. He also does come with several sets of feet. We do get the flat feet, which he has on him right now, a pair of grasping feet, a pair of clawing feet, and then we do get a set of webbed feet. His final accessory is his wings, which do peg onto his back nicely. They are a very nice accessory. But other than that, Eagalus doesn't come with anything else. We don't get alternate hands, unfortunately. So with that out of the way, guys, let's actually have a closer look at Eagalus. And so here we have a closer look at Eagalus, or Eagalus. I don't know which is a proper terminology for him, but I'm just going to call him Eagalus. He does look really nice. I absolutely love the work the Four Horsemen did with this figure. I love their work when they did the DC Universe Classics, and I absolutely love their Mythic Legions. Although that's one rabbit hole I'm not willing to go down, because once you get into Mythic Legions, you can't get out. And this is a figure that is tempting me to get some more, but I'm on the fence about it, honestly, guys. Eagalus here is done very, very nicely. I do like the detailing on him. You can see the sculpt work on his feathers is phenomenal, especially right here. It does look so much like an eagle head. I absolutely love the way it came out. I love the coloration. I love the fact that his mouth is textured and detailed, even on the inside. The Four Horsemen have always been really good at sculpting figures, and Mythic Legions is their bread and butter. So yeah, really do like the way Eagalus came out. So we're going to have a look at his armor here. Now this is the version 2 of Eagalus. The version 1 of Eagalus had the blue armor with the red trim. I believe that's what it looked like, but yeah, this one has the red with blue trim, and then we do see like the eagle symbol right here with the gold and the silver. It looks very nice. Absolutely love the way he came out. We have some more of that gold and pearlized white right here on his pauldrons, which looks really nice. I love the detailing on it. The Four Horsemen did a phenomenal job sculpting all this armor bits. So yeah, really happy with the way he came out. This is such a beautiful figure. I love it. It's one of those figures that it's goofy, but the detailing on it is phenomenal. Just look at this paintwork and sculpt work right here. This is the level of detailing we want to see in our action figures. That is beautiful. The sculpt is perfect. It's painted beautifully. You can see the dark with the lighter brushing on the outside does accentuate the sculpt really nicely. The Four Horsemen have knocked it out of the park with Eagalus here, and you can see right there just how much detailing is in the feathers. It's beautiful just looking at the figure. I absolutely adore this figure. Then we go on to his hand, where you can see the feathers do come down, and then he does have 3 fingers plus his thumb. So yeah, really interesting design for Eagalus here. Now Eagalus also does have his belt right here. Now unfortunately on his belt, these accessories are not removable. We do have a pouch, what appears to be a grenade right there. I could be wrong, but that looks like a grenade. We have some bone right there. Then we have like a hand scepter right here on his back. And then we do have his horn, which he can't really blow because he doesn't have lips. He's a bird. Actually, you know what? That looks like a telescope. It might be a telescope, not a horn, huh? But yeah, he continues to have all this really gorgeous detailing here, and you can see just how much detailing is in his armor. The bits are just fantastic, even right here on this bird skull going down to his tunic right here. The silver is very well done, and I do love the dark blue. Going on to his legs, he continues to have that same brown pattern or brown color scheme with the lighter brown, and it just looks gorgeous. This is a very well painted figure. I expect nothing less from the Four Horsemen. They did give us the Krampus last year, which I did have a look at, and Eagalus here, my second Mythic Legion figure. I think he is phenomenal. Just look at these feet. It looks like real eagle feet. That is incredible. Now yeah, you do see the articulation points, but just look at the paintwork here. It's phenomenal. Absolutely gorgeous looking paint. And then we go on to his wings, where we have the blue tips, or the blue main piece right here, and then the red white feathers right here. So he is sporting the red, white, and blue on his feathers, and just look at the sculpt work on his feathers. Just beautiful. Absolutely gorgeous. Now these do seem like they are a retool of the Hawkman and Hawkgirl wings, although I think that they got their wings from the Mythic Legion figures. It's still done very nicely, and it does harbor back to those figures where the articulation is a hinge as well as the swivel outward. Overall, Eagalus here is phenomenal, and I do like him. Now, that's not saying he's perfect. He does have some flaws that we really got to take a look at, but we'll have a look at that when we have a look at his articulation. So with that out of the way, guys, let's actually get him compared to other figures you may have in your collection. Here we have Eagalus posed next to a Marvel Legends Cyclops and a DC Multiverse Superman. Here we have Eagalus posed next to a WWE Elite Scale figure and a Mezco 1/12 Collective Popeye the Sailor Man. And finally, here we do have Eagalus posed next to a Lightning Collection White Range and a Star Wars Black Series Mandalorian. So with the comparisons out of the way, let's actually move on to his articulation, and this is where I think Eagalus suffers the most from, and we'll get into that in a little bit. For starters, he does have a ball joint at the neck, which does let him look up and down. He does have some really nice head tilt, as well as turn left and right. He would do a full 360, but as you can see, his armor does hinder some articulation, so you're mainly just going to have left and right rotation, but that's all you really need. He does have a ball hinge here at the shoulder, which does go out to about right there. It does go all the way around if you move his wing. It's a little bit stiff on mine, but it does go all the way around. We do have a bicep swivel, which is nicely hidden underneath his pauldron right there, and it's actually part of his sculpt right there too. He has a double bend at the elbow, giving us some pretty good range, really good range for an eagle right here. Then we do have a hinge in the wrist, which is kind of stiff on mine. I think both wrist hinges are very stiff, so unfortunately I haven't got them to move yet, but they do hinge in and out. Now I want to say Eagalus here has a ball joint here in the torso, but it really doesn't do anything. You're mainly just going to get a swivel out of that. Then we do have another swivel here at the waist. And then we come to probably the biggest offender of this figure, where I think this figure suffers the most, and that's in the leg articulation. Now, it's not that it's bad articulation. He has some very good lower leg articulation. For starters, his leg does kick up all the way out, so he gets some pretty good range there. Then it kicks back. Then we do have him going out to the side, which is very impressive. Then we do have a swivel here at the thigh. He only has a single bend at the knee, which is very high up, as you can see. It's right here, and we don't get any rotation there. Then we do have a hinge right here in what would be his ankle, so it does hinge forward and back as well as rotate. And this is where the biggest issue on the figure is. He has a lot of weight here on the top, so his legs have to support all that weight, and unfortunately they don't really do a good job of supporting the figure. You can see he is very top heavy and he wants to lean over. These joints are not designed to support all this weight, so if you're gonna have Eagalus pose, you might need a figure stand clipping around the waist just to help support these massive wings. That's the biggest thing, because on mine, and I noticed this on Krampus too, so it's probably a Mythic Legion problem, the joints They're tight when you get them out of the packaging, but once you start working them, they do have a tendency to get a little bit loose. As you can see, it doesn't take much to move the left leg, which is unfortunate because it has to support all the weight that we have right up here. It's kind of loose on mine. Same with the knee joint right here, and same with this ankle hinge. He does have detents here in the bottom portion of his foot, which I do like the detents. They should have put detents right here in this part of his leg just to support the weight, but unfortunately it's just your standard motion, so there's really no detents to help support the weight, which I'm a little bit bummed out about. He does have rotation here at the foot, of course, and then going back to his wings, where he does have a hinge right here. They do swivel as seen right there, then they do go out all the way, but although that looks kind of stupid, so if you're going to have his wings extended, that's probably going to be the extent that you're going to have. And again, you need a stand if you're going to have him fully erect with his wings out, because they do make him very back heavy, so do keep that in mind. You can alleviate that by moving the wings forward, but then now he just becomes very forward heavy, and like I said, these joints right here don't really support his weight, so you gotta find that fine balance on how to have his wings posed and how to have his legs positioned. Otherwise, you're gonna have a bad time. So let's actually just fold his wings in like this, and what we're gonna do now is get him posed for my final thoughts, and then we'll wrap up this review. And so here we have the Mythic Legion's Eagalus pose for my final thoughts, and overall this is a very fun figure to own. Now he does have some issues, especially with quality control in terms of joint tightness, especially in the legs. There's a lot of things that the Four Horsemen could have done differently, but I can see that it appealed to this figure. It looks really nice. I do like the way he came out. Now originally I really wasn't going to pick up Eagalus. I'm not really trying to get into the Mythic Legions line, because that's a line that once you get into, it's very hard to pull yourself out, and you just keep buying more and more figures. But I had to pick up this figure because I got it in honor of one of my friends who tragically did pass away several years back. This is one figure that he really wanted to have in his collection, although he wanted to have the Eagalus version 1, which unfortunately I am unable to track one down, but I was able to pre-order this guy from Big Bad Toy Store, and I really do like the way he came out. This is a very fun figure to play around with, guys. I'm not gonna lie, especially if you have some army builders to have him fight with or have him fight against. If you have the Bean Jello Devil King, that makes this figure even more fun to play with. Although I will say I am a little bit disappointed with the joint stiffness. I kind of wish that he had stiffer joints in the legs. That would really help with the balancing issue, and it would have been nice if we got the cape that came with the first Eagalus. That way we don't have to always have him with the wings. Although the wings are a nice touch, they do throw off his balance, and I think having the cape would have been a little bit better, but overall I'm still very happy with this figure. Now if you guys are looking for Eagalus, he did sell out on Big Bad Toy Store, so the only way to get this guy is to magically find him on eBay. I tried to find the original Eagalus and Eagalus version 2 on eBay. Their listing comes up so infrequently, I'm beginning to think that those listings don't even exist. So yeah, if you didn't pre-order Eagalus from Big Bad Toy Store or the Four Horsemen website, you're probably not going to have this figure in your collection. But if you did, and you have this guy, let me know what you think of him. Overall, guys, I'm really happy to have him, and he is really worth the 50 bucks just in terms of detailing and paint. And I'm going to wrap up the review here because I can see him starting to sag. So with that being said, guys, I'm KingofDragons 5000. Don't forget to like this video, leave a comment, subscribe to my channel, go ahead and check out all my other action figure reviews, as well as all my other toys, unboxings, and other videos. Hopefully you find them informative. As always, if there's a figure you'd like to see me review, let me know down in the comments, and if it fits in my collection, I'll gladly have a look at it. While you're at it, check out my Instagram account for new and exciting action figure photos, and as always, ring that bell to be notified every time I upload a video. Until next time, guys, I'll see you later. Take care, everyone.